Hey folks, Lemonade here, and I'm really excited for this review. I've been talking to Xten on the side to get all their pads sent my way for review, and they're finally here all the way from Japan, and I've been testing them for a few weeks. Let's dive into the cloth control. All right, folks, let's just dive right into this with some of the specifications and the details, all the nitty gritty stuff. So size of this pad, 460 by 400 by 3 millimeters thick. It does actually come in a smaller size of 340 by 280 by 3 millimeters, but that's pretty hard to find. You pretty much have to order from eBay. The one you're going to be able to find pretty readily available is this particular size, the larger size. It does retail for 100 US dollars or 100 euros, so it is a pricey pad, but we'll get into the pricing a little bit later in the video. The pan is made in Japan. A couple things about the company. I did reach out to them. I had some questions just so I could learn a little bit more about them and hopefully give you all some more information. They can actually only make a couple hundred pads a week, and that's total across all three of their pads, not just this one. It's only a couple hundred a week. They did work with Japanese esports players and local manufacturers to design all the surfaces and their manufacturing process specifically for these. They do prefer a non-stitch edge because that's the look that they were going for. I did ask them about whether they would get into stitching, but this is the look and feel that they wanted. And they actually have designed a unique blade technique that apparently reduces any possible fraying on particularly this pad. The hard pads don't run into that. The company actually started out making electronic parts, lamination, adhesives for electronic products, and they got into mouse pads because of their shared excitement for esports. So it was a good fit for them because this is kind of what they knew in this realm, and mouse pads just made sense. They have custom art for all three of their pads. They work with a designer. I'll show you him on their website a little bit later. But the fit and finish of this packaging is amazing. It looks like a vinyl. It has details on the back, all in Japanese. And the pad itself actually has really good humidity resistance. I wasn't expecting that off of a basic cloth pad, but it does. And I live in pretty much one of the hottest states in the US, but I don't have any issues. I kind of go back and forth with wearing a sleeve or not a sleeve on this pad. So take that for what it's worth, but I haven't had any major or abnormal issues with humidity with this particular pad. Again, no stitched edging on this, but wearing a sleeve and not, I haven't had any fraying or any signs of it. I have seen small signs on other pads before, and I've been using this for on and off for 3 weeks now, so I don't have any cause for concern. I have seen some reviews that have claimed that it does fray over time. Again, take that for what it's worth. Obviously, everyone's experience is going to be a little bit different. The base is a synthetic rubber material. It holds extremely well. You can kind of maybe see it here. We'll get into the light there. Try to get it to focus there. So, a synthetic rubber material, but it holds extremely well. All their pads run this. You can see it's very kind of like when you don't lay down flat, it's very slidey. You can move it very easily. You can pick it up very easily. But once it's down, it is like a glue on this. I mean, I'm pushing. So this isn't going anywhere. I tested it across a couple of different surfaces, like my old desk over there. It works beautifully, and you can just lift it off to move it very easily. So kudos on the actual base itself. Now, the surface. Again, this is a control pad. It's a cloth surface. It feels very traditional, but it has a very unique, smooth weave. They describe it as a satin finish. I guess that really is the best way to describe it. It's very satisfying, soft, feels just damn good. X and Y is completely uniform across several different mouse gates. I haven't had any issues with this. It feels perfect. And the surface itself is actually faster than I expected. They labeled it as a control pad. It has a more traditional feel, but it is quite a bit faster than I expected for a control pad. It's not abnormally quick, but it kind of strikes a nice balance. In terms of mouse skates, what I found out of my testing, the fastest glide is going to be, again, on a 4-corner skate design similar to your Glorious mice, or finalmouse has a similar skate design. So 4-corner is going to be your fastest. Hybrid skates, kind of like the Viper V2 Pro, this hybrid approach to skates, these will be your second fastest. Then the 2 larger style PTFE feet. And then lastly, the glass skates are going to be your slowest glide. I can show you glass skates here versus your hybrid, quite a bit faster. These are all broken in, worn in. The glass skates in particular are about, well, now 3 or 4 months old. I haven't used them in a bit, but when I was heavily using them, I got about 2 months of consistent wear into these. So these are well broken in, and this is what you should expect longer term from glass skates on a surface like this. Now let me bring you to the website. I'm going to show you a couple things there real quick, and then we'll talk about performance. You see all their artwork here. The website's dynamic. It shows you a lot of detail, trailer, interviews, all the pads there, specifications. You can kind of get into it. A little bio on the artist. And then here's the cloth pad itself. You can see a little bit better picture of the cover art. And then I think it was up here. Yeah, you can actually see in kind of a high resolution photo the weave and texture of this pad. I'll bring it again up to the camera so you can get a better feel as well. But really a lot of detail here. Check it out. You can read about the surface, their technology and how it's made, the top layer, the foam core, and their synthetic rubber base there. They also are partnered with a Japanese esports organization. Okay, let me just show you again up close. I know we saw it on the website, but you can actually see the texture there. Again, just a very smooth, even the camera's having trouble with the lighting there, but very smooth, tight weave. Just incredibly soft and just supple and great to feel. A logo here is flush with the surface. Obviously, it's off to the corner, so there's really no issue for your mouse. But it's actually kind of a like a rubber style-ish material. It's not like stitched in fabric or something or printed on. It's definitely kind of inlaid into the surface. So really nice touch there, but it does not get in the way. Performance in game. I've done well in Apex, Battlefield, Shadowline. I have had no issues with this particular pad. I got situated really quick and started performing extremely well. Good consistency over some of my hard pads. I generally, when I'm not testing a product or I'm kind of in between, I do prefer using my hard pad surfaces, but there is a certain level of comfort when I come to this pad, or really any kind of cloth or hybrid pad, but this in particular just feels exceptionally well built. Now I'm going to bring up a pad here to compare it to, because I think it's nearly identical, but there are some differences, and I think a lot of you are going to know this pad. Okay, so we have the Lethal Gaming Gear Saturn. This is an extremely popular pad, well priced, a fan favorite, and I brought it here just because it's the best comparison point. I have all the Lethal Gaming Gear products here, and I compared them all, and this really fits the best in terms of how the Xten control feels. So dynamic friction is nearly identical on these surfaces, as you can see there, but it has less static friction than the Saturn. So making smaller adjustments are it's just a tad bit easier. Those kind of inner hand emotions definitely feel a little less muddy. It's not awful on the Saturn, but again, if we're kind of comparing, and I want you all to know some differences, the Xten control definitely gives you a little bit more freedom. And also, this just shows that labeling something as a control pad isn't always the full story, as it sits closer to kind of a near down the middle pad, but you just have a good level of consistency here. And I think, again, that's why the Saturn has been so popular. This is a control pad, but it's really pretty versatile in a lot of different games. At the end of the day, is the Xten control worth it? At $100, that is a lot to ask for a mouse pad. Now, having received this for free for a review, I asked myself in the previous video, would I have purchased this product or any of the Xten products with my own money? And the answer is still yes, I do love them. And I'll repeat exactly what I said on that video. They are truly unique. You can feel the craftsmanship. The surfaces are unlike any I've used. Their manufacturing process is unique. And I'll also add they pay their employees well, unlike others, which I respect. And I genuinely feel at a certain level when I put this on my desk a proudness. And as lame as that may sound, there is a feeling of respect for doing something different in the marketplace. If you want great performance, maybe you're an enthusiast or both, you will definitely be happy with this purchase. It's not for everyone. And you can get similar performance and feel from other pads, as I just demonstrated. But when you kind of get everything together here, from the way they design these pads, the fit and finish, their website, and everything they've told me and what I feel on my desk, it compares like nothing I have in my setup. And I have about 15 different pads in this room, so it's truly a unique experience to put an Xten on your desk. Now, again, you can purchase this from Lethal Gaming Gear in the US and Max Gaming in EU. You can go to the website to see any other distributors throughout the world. eBay also does sell them. All my socials are down below, along with any affiliate links and discount codes. Of course, none for this particular pad. And on that note, if you had a good time with me today, likes and subs are always appreciated. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. But until the next Fresh Squeeze video, stay thirsty, folks.